Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we're going to be looking at a very glamorous looking puzzle full of tens called 10 to N by Marty Sears. And this one, we've had it recommended a lot. It's only 2 stars out of 5 for difficulty, so apparently it's not monstrous. And it's based off an idea that Sudoku had for a rule set. I think Marty's probably taken that and raised it to 10 or maybe 11 if you're a Spinal Tap fan. But anyway, this is what we're going to have a go at today. The rules they're a bit weird, and we'll work through them properly in a moment. But I think, for example, that's row 5, and I think the 5 in that row, say the 5 was there, I think it means those 3 digits sum to 10. But if the 5 was there, those 4 digits would sum to 10. So obviously for that row, it's going to be the 4 that's important, because that's the 4th row. It's something like that. So it's not a rule set I've seen before, but I've no doubt that Marty has done something exceptionally clever with it, because that is the nature of Mr. Marty Sears, an exceptionally clever and brilliant man who entertains us all with seemingly an unending number of brilliant puzzles. Anyway, and what can I tell you about before we kick off today? Well, I don't have much news, so I'm going to make a little appeal. If you do enjoy the channel, please can you help us by subscribing? I know YouTubers, it's a trite thing. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon and things like that. We don't say it very often, but occasionally it might be. It would help the algorithm to spread the word about these wonderful puzzles that we get to do every day. It's the greatest privilege about Cracking the Cryptic is that every day we will solve 2 absolutely world-class puzzles. We have this team of incredible testers who filter through dozens of puzzles for us every day, and the ones we get sent are all brilliant. So that is reduced to 1 or 2 puzzles, and so that means that every day we all get to just do the creme de la creme, and it is such a great thing. And yeah, and I think more of the world would get something from it if they knew it even existed. So yeah, please do like, subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. If you really like us, you can check out our Patreon page, where we put lots of extra content from time to time. Anyway, with that said and done, why don't we kick off and have a look at Marty's puzzle 10 to N, and I'll read you the rules. We have got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column. Whoops, and oh dear, and every 3 by 3 box. If a black dot sits between 2 digits, then one is double the other. So this is by far my favourite way of expressing this rule. From time immemorial, that rule has been expressed as in terms of a ratio. The digits are in a 2-to-1 ratio. I think this is so much friendlier to people who aren't mathematical. So basically what we're saying is if that's a 2, this digit's either 4, because 4 is double 2, or it's 1, because 2 is double 1. So you just make sure one of the digits is double the other one, and it's all good. Now, here's the funny rule. In row N or column N, a clue outside the grid indicates the sum of all the digits that appear in that row or column before reaching the digit N, reading from the end nearest the clue. The digit N is not included in the sum. So I think I did explain it properly before. So in this column, for this top 10 clue, it's going to be 3 that's relevant. This is the 3rd column. And there's going to be a 3 somewhere down the column such that, that's interesting, I'm already getting an idea actually, such that the digits above the 3 sum to 10. They are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I mean, I presume this is going to be, for this row we're going to have to worry about 3, this 4, this 5, this 6, this 7, this 8, this 9, etc. I was just thinking though, as I looked at this clue, that there is a way of making 4 different Sudoku digits sum to 10. But that way is if they are the digits 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now that actually means that the 3 in this column can't be as low down as here. I mean, there's no way the 3 could be like way down, because then we'd be adding so many digits, and they're all going to be different digits because they're all in the same column, and therefore we're not going to be able to keep their total down to 10. Now, in theory, before we thought about it, before I'd thought about it, I might have thought that could be a 3. Because those 4 digits can normally add up to 10, but only if they are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that will break Sudoku. We'll have 2 3s in the column. So actually, well, the 3 can never be here, because that would have to be a 10. So there is a 3. I don't want to do that, but do you see what I mean? There is a 3 in one of those 2 cells. Maybe I'll use a colour. Okay, there is a 3 in one of those 2. Now, okay, so do we do this one now? This is also going to be thinking about the digit 3. If that is a 3, we've got a 10 sum here and a 10 sum here without using the digit 3. If that's a 3, these add up to 10. This couldn't be a 3. So the 3 would have to be further over here. If 3 is here, we need a 1 in the count, don't we? Sorry, I'm just sort of learning things as I'm thinking them through, but if you have a 3-cell sum, let's look at this sum. Let's imagine we're going to try and make those 3 digits add up to 10, but we're not allowed to include a digit 1 in that total. Well, then there's only one way to do it. It's got to be 2, 3, 5. So I'm just wondering about that as regards this clue. So if this is the 3, there is definitely a 1 in here, because it can't be 2, 3, 5. And if this is the 3, there's definitely a 1 in here. I'm not quite getting this, am I? Sorry. I think I'm still learning how the rule works. Maybe okay, so maybe I've got to think about sort of these clues as a sequence. So yeah, let's try and do that. So the 3 has to be in one of those cells in this across clue. It's either here and it's a 2-cell sum adding to 10, or it's here and it's a 3-cell sum adding to 10, for exactly the same reasons that 3 couldn't be there, it can't be there. Now what about this 4 clue then? So the 4 could be here, the 4 could be here, and those 3 would add up to 10. The 4 can't be there, so for this clue it's one of these 2 cells that contains the relevant digit. Now this is a 5 clue in this row, so the 5 could go here, couldn't it? Because these could be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I think the 5 can go in all 3 of those positions. It can never go too early. 6 we can go all 3 of these positions. 7 we can go all 3 of those positions. 8, because we're not using any of the digits 1, 2, 3 and 4. I think, but maybe these clues from the bottom are going to be problematical. Maybe. Or maybe not. No, maybe it's the black. I didn't think about this at all. Maybe it's the black dots that matter. Right, yeah, I'm just going to give that a moment's thought. So in this row, I know the 4 is in one of the orange positions. So there is no 4 on this black dot. So this black dot is not 4, 8, and it's not 2, 4. So it's either 1, it can't be, can it be 1, 2? I was just thinking that's going to make it very difficult to make a 10 sum, but maybe it could be. 1, 2, or 3, 6 are the options. Now, it can't be, if it's 3, 6, it can't be 6 here, because this will be a 3, and that will break this clue, because the 3 is so late in the row. So this can't be 6, so this can't be 3. Now maybe that could be 6, though. Oh no, hang on, there's a... hang on, we're going to run into a problem here. Oh, this Marty's so naughty. It so looks like it's going to be this part of the grid that's important, but I'm just looking at this stuff now. There's a bit of an issue here, isn't there? This, yeah, there's a huge issue. Right, okay, I've got it now. I've got it now, I'm so sorry. Right, let's look at this column, where we're worried about the digit 8. Now the digit 8 can't go in these cells. If we put it here, this would have to be a 10, so it's not in those. Can it be here? No, because this would be a 4 breaking this clue. So it's not here, it's clearly not here, because this would be a 4 breaking this clue. So it must be there, and this must be 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, right. So that's an enormously obvious start the moment you think about this clue. Now, what does it actually mean? So this is definitely not a 3 on the black dot, because 3 has to go with 6, because it doesn't go with 1.5. So there is definitely a 2, look, on this segment. It's either 2, 4 or it's 1, 2. So these are not 2. And, okay. Now, so this is not, oh, this is not 6 anymore, because this can't be 3. So this is a 1, 2 pair. There's no way. Right, there's no way this can be a 4, because these 3 digits would have to add up to 10. And if this is a 4, the digits we've got available are 3, 5 and 6 as the minimum, and that's a lot more than 10. So that is not the orange digit. This is 4. That shifts the 3 clue, remember the blue was the 3 clue, up to there. And okay, and that's also working for the yellow clue. So we've sort of, right, so we've sort of figured these out now. This has to be a 2-cell sum to 10. So it isn't 1, 9, 2, 8 or 4, 6. So that's 3, 7. This has to be a 2-cell sum adding to 10 and not being 3, 7 or 4, 6. So that's either 1, 9 or 2, 8. But there's a 10 clue here as well that matters for the digit 2. The digit 2 in this row needs to have 10 to the right of it, so that can't be 2, that can't be 8. And maybe, so the 2 in this row, I don't think it can be here. Because if it's here, these cells also have to be, no, it can't be there, because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right of it, and we've already put the 2 in. So the 2 could maybe be here, and these 3 add up to 10 without using 2. So they would have to use 1, and then 2 digits that add up to 9 that would either be 3, 6 or 4, 5. It feels like that should not work, but maybe that does work. Bobbins. And if this was 2, then those add up to, and that's much easier. Okay, so there's a 2 in one of those. Let's reinstate our yellow there. Okay, but now it gets right. Now here's a weird point that I find interesting. No jokes about me at parties. I'm now going to claim these 2 colours are not possible anymore. Because, let's say this was 5, then these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, don't they? But 3 and 4 can't go in those cells, so this would have to be 3 and 4 simultaneously, and it's not a Schrödinger puzzle. There is no way that digit there, or that cell there, contains 3 and 4 at the same time, so that can't be 5. The same logic applies for this. This can't be 6. This would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can't put 3 or 4 in those 3 cells. So I don't know what that means, but it might mean something. So either 5 is here, and then, actually that doesn't look very easy, to be honest. How would we do that? 10? I don't think that's possible. I'm not certain it's not possible, but it just feels wrong to me. Do we have to make use of the secret? 14. 24. These squares would add to 21. So they would, no, that doesn't work. Right, yeah, we do. Okay, we're going to use the secret now, which we haven't used at all. Now, the secret is something I share with only my very favourite people, but of course, if you're watching this video, you're definitely one of my favourite people. The secret is that a complete box of a Sudoku, or a complete column, or a complete row, by the rules of Sudoku, will contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. Now, if you sum those digits, what do you get? You get 45. That's the triangular number for 9. And 45 is the secret of Sudoku. Now, let's think about how that might work in this box then. These digits sum to 14. Now, if this was a 5, these 3 digits would sum to 10. So those 6 digits would sum up to 24, which means these 3 digits sum to 21 in order to make the box add to 45. How is that remotely possible if these add up to 21? We know, therefore, these must add up. I mean, there's no way of partitioning it. You can't make these two add up to 10, because this would have to be an 11. You can't make that digit add up to 10 on its own, because you can't write 10 into it, so there's simply no way to fill it. So this can't be 5, the 5 must be here. Let's get rid of the purplification now, because we've understood that. These add up to 10, and they have to be either 1, 9 or 2, 8. And now, if we think about the mathematics of this box, we've got 10, 20, 29. So these add up to 16. So there's no way that this can be a 6, because that would imply that 16 was equal to 10, which it's most certainly not. There is a knowledge bomb for you. So that's a 6. Oh, okay, so this is a 1, 9 and a 2, 8 as well. So we've got sort of 2 horizontal dominoes here that sum to 10. And we can get rid of the green from this one. This is it's a really weird puzzle. Oh, I've got an 8 there. There we go. So that's not 2, 8, that's 1, 9. So this is 2, 8. Maybe that doesn't do as much Sudoku-y stuff as I thought it might. Okay. So how does it work? How does it work down here then? Can we do the same sort of trickery? I don't know is the answer. So we've got 7s, 8s and 9s to think about, don't we? But we've also got a few vertical clues to think about as well. We've got a 6 to put in here. That can't go there, actually. Can that be 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. If that was 6 and this was 1, 2, 3, 4, it would prevent any of these from being a clue, because that would have 4 cells that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 horizontally, seeing a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in the column, which would clearly put 5 cells in a row that have to contain the digits 1, 2, 3 and 4. That will necessitate a Sudoku problem. Yeah, okay, I don't know actually, that's a bit strange. We've got a 7 to deal with in this column, a 4 to deal with in this column, a 2 to do, I mean, it looks like that's going to be the 2, doesn't it? If that was a 2, oh, that's nearly impossible. If that's a 2, how do you make those 2 digits add up to 10? You couldn't use 1, 9, you couldn't use 2, 8, you couldn't use 3, 7. They'd have to be 4 and 6. That also looks possible. Oh my goodness, right, okay. Okay, so instead of that, is it the secret again in this box? Yeah, maybe that. Okay, this might not work, but I can see one thing that's definitely impossible. Right. Yeah, I can see 2 things that are definitely impossible now. I might be able to see 3 things. No, I'm not sure about 3 things, but right. Okay, so we know we're going to have to position the digit 7 in. Let's just put them all in, actually. 7s, 8s, 9s are in some combination of these digits positions. Now, I think it should be very clear that it's not possible that none of these are 7, 8, and 9. So imagine that the 7s, 8s, and 9s entirely live in this part of the world. That would be implying that in each case, either 3 or 4 digits to the left would be adding to 10. But we know that this box adds to 45. Now what we'd be saying here is that the maximum value, even if this was 7, this was 8, and this was 9, we'd be saying those added up to 30, wouldn't we? 10, 10, 10. That's clearly nonsense. So definitely some 7, 8s and 9s have to be in this portion of the grid. Now, how many? If it was only 1, that's not enough. So imagine this was 7 and the 8 and the 9 live outside box 7. Well, again, we've got a problem now, because even if I put the 8 and the 9 here, which is the best I'll do, these cells now add up to 10. These add up to 10. That's 20 for 6 digits. But the triangular number for 6 is 21. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. It's not 20. It's impossible to keep 6 different Sudoku digits down to a value of 20. So that doesn't work either. So we either have... Yeah, so now I know what it is. So now we know it's at least 2 of the 3 digits, 7, 8, 9, are in this box. What would happen if it was all 3? If it's all 3, it doesn't work. Because this would be 10, this would be 10, this would be 10. That's 30 plus 24 is 54. That's not going to work, is it? So in fact, this is sort of hinting at how we're going to have to adjust the totals. It's really clever. It's really cool. Because 54 is 9 too many. So what we actually have to do is to shift this 9 over here. In fact, to I think exactly there. Now this is 10. This is 10. This is 10. That's 30. Plus 8 plus 7 is 45, which is perfect for the box. And that's the only way we're going to achieve a balance, isn't it? We have to have 2 of the 3 digits in there. And obviously if we shift the 9 further this way, it's not going to work, because then these could only add up to a maximum of 9. And 9 plus 10 plus 10 plus 15 is not enough. So you've got to make sure you put the 9 here to achieve a sort of balance in the force. Now, here's another thing I've just noticed. How on earth are we making this column work now? Because we've got a 9 early on in it, so that's got to be a 1. And that's got to be whatever the digit is, 4, to make it actually add up. So we can delete all this. This adds up to 10 and is 1, 9. Actually, oh, this is a bit weird now, because now I've got a deadly pattern. It must somehow be resolved by this 10 clue, because these have to add up to 10, and they can't be 3, 7, 2, 8 or 4, 6. Now these have to add up to 10, and they can't be 2, 8, 3, 7 or 1, 9, so that's 4, 6. And then these add up to 10, and they are 2, 3 and 5. Now this can't be 2, because that's going to give this 10 clue a problem. That can't be 9. We need to hit a 2 in this column somewhere early enough that the maths can work. So it's got to be here. So it's going to go 2, 8. These cells have to add up to 10 now, so we can't use a 9 here. These have to add up. Oh, wait a moment. I was just thinking those have to add up to 9, but that could be 4, 5 or 6, 3. So that might not be resolved. Oh, what about this column though? Yeah, that's a 2 at the bottom. This is a 1, 9 pair at the top. This is a 1 by Sudoku, so 1, 9. Wow, okay. This adds up to 10. That's even pair. That's 2, 8 or 4, 6. So how does that impact this? Maybe it doesn't. Okay. Wait a sec. That's not 2, so that's not 8. Oh, bobbins. I don't know then. Okay, well, let's try something else. Oh. No, nearly. Okay, where's the 6 in this column? Now, it can't be here, because these can't be 1, 2, 3, and 4, because 1 and 4 are not available for this string, and that would have to simultaneously be 1 and 4. It can't be here because of that 6. So it's got to be there. That's the only place it can be. So this is 6. These are, this isn't, this is either 2, 8 or 3, 7. And that's not 2, and that's not 8. And that's not 3, and that's not 7. So this digit's got quite low, and this digit's quite punchy. 2, 8. Yeah, that is this black dot, isn't it? If that was 2, 8, what are we putting on this black dot? Nothing. It couldn't be 3, 6. It couldn't be 1, 2. It couldn't be 2, 4. And it couldn't be 4, 8. So this is 3, 7. That's nice. That's a nice point. And now this is 1, 2, 4, 8, but I don't know which. At least I don't think I do. I do know what those digits are. They are 2, 5, and 8. 8 comes out of there. 2 comes out of there. This can't be 7 in this clue, this vertical clue. So 7 must be at least here. Now, if that was... So 7 is in one of those 2 cells. Can it really be here? This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It feels like there must be a reason that doesn't work. It's very difficult. This would have to be a 2. There would have to be a 1 here. This would have to be a 3, 4 pair. So it would be 4 here, 3 here. I can't disprove it. I don't think I can. If on the other hand this is 7, these add up to 10. Oh, I can write. I can do one thing. Where's 1 in this column? I believe it has to be here. Yeah, that's right. I do believe that. That's a bit complicated. But the point here is this. If this is 7, can we make this 3-cell sequence not include a 1? We could if it could be 2, 3, 5, but it can't be 2, 3, 5 because of this 2, 3, 5 triple. So it's not 2, 3, 5, so it does contain a 1, and the 1 would be here by Sudoku. Now, if on the other hand the 7 is higher up and is here, this can't be a 1. There's a 1, 2 pair in the box. This can't be a 1, this can't be a 1, so this has to be the 1 in the 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. So either which way, this is always a 1. I think that's going to do nothing, unfortunately. Oh, hang on. If that's 3, 5, that is 8. Didn't see that. Okay, so what do we need in the corner? Yeah, 4, 6. That's doable. So that's got to be a 4 in the corner, and that's a 6. And now, that is a 4, 7 pair by Sudoku. Because I've got a 4 up here, 4 here, and a 4 there. So this is a 4, 7 pair. Now what else do we need in box 6 then? We need 3, 5, 6, 9. Let's put all the options in. I can't quite see whether we can do something with that. We might be able to. That can't be 5 or 9 actually. What about that one? That can't be 3. That can't be 3 because there's definitely a 3 in that triple. So 3, yeah, so 3 is definitely in this domino. And that means 3 is included. Oh, so 3 is definitely there. Okay, so we're slowly but surely getting things done. Where's 8 in row 7? It's got to be here. This square's a 5. It can't be a 2 because of the thingy thing. So that's a 9. The thingy thing being the 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple, in case you were wondering. Right, this is now 2. This is a 5. These squares here are 2, 7, 9. And we know this isn't 2. and it's not 9 actually. So we get into this situation. Yeah, and if this was not 9, the total's absolutely blown to pieces. So that's got to be 2, that's got to be 9. We've got to do the 4 and the 7 in that order so that it adds up. And hopefully that's useful. I am hoping it's useful. I'm not actually sure it's done anything. It must have done something. Which clues have I not used? I've not used this one. Sure. Is that going to be enough to disambiguate everything? It doesn't feel like it's very likely, does it? Or it could maybe Sudoku in the middle box, actually. Let's just give that a quick little piece of thought. Where is, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 6 along there? 2, 3, 4, 6. This can't be 6 or 3. That is quite interesting for this now, which can't be a 2, 4 pair. So this is either a 1, 2 pair or a 4, 8 pair. Don't know. I don't know which one of those is correct. 3, 6. So 2 and 4 are in here. So 1 is in one of those cells. And in this row, 1, 3, 5, 7 is the stuff we're looking to place. So 1, 3, 5, 7. I'm getting a bit pencil marky here, aren't I? This is most unlike me. And in this row, we've got basically low digits. 5, 6, 8, 9 is what we're looking to place. 5, 6, 8, 9. That can't be 9. That can't be 8 or 5. And that can't be 6. Okay, that's distressing. I know what it might be. I know what it is, yeah. So here, in this row, we've got to put a 2, don't we? And the 2 can't be here. Now, if this wasn't a 2, the 2 would be there, but this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple, and we've already ruled that out. So that is the 2. And now it can't be a 2, 4, that's lovely. So it's got to be 2, 1. This has got to be 5 by Sudoku. Hopefully that's right. So this becomes 6, 8, 9. That becomes 5. That becomes 3. That becomes 6. So this is 2, 3, 4. And who knows what these are. 1 and 1's got to go here now. And I haven't put 7 in the box. So it's something like that. This 2 means this is 4, 3, 2. This is 8 or 9. And these 3 digits sum to 10. But that's not a 1 now. So this is 2 or 4. And, well, this digit's too big, isn't it? That's got to be 6. Because look at all the other things that have gone. If this was 8, these 2 digits would have to add up to 2, and they won't be able to. So that must be 6, and this must be a 1, 3 pair. And that's huge. That's going to finish it. Because now this being a 1, 3 pair makes this 4, this 2, this 1, this 2, this 1, this 3. And there we go. Well, I'm not saying we've finished, but we probably have just broken the back of it, I think. That's not a 2. Oh, so this is 4, 6, I see. And that's, oh no, I don't, hang on. I'm very shocked about this. There must be some other thing, some other nuance I've got to figure out, but hopefully we'll be able to. That's a 1, 9 pair now. This is an 8, 9 pair. Is that important? Yeah, that places 8 here by Sudoku. And in this box we need 2, 5, 7. So the 2 goes absolutely in the corner, and this is a 5, 7 pair. And I've got a 5, 7 pair in the top row, and I've not put 3 and 6 in, but I can do. I can put those into those positions. That does the middle box. Look, 9, 8, 6. That does 9, 8, 9. And in this column, what do we need? 5 and 8. Yeah, we can do that. 8, 5. That does 5 and 7. 7 and 5. Oops, I meant to put 7 there, managed not to do it. That row, what does it need? 4. This box needs a something, 7. Right, the 5 and the 7 have to do, yeah, that. Oh yeah, that's going to work. Because now, remember, that had to add up to 9, and now it does. Yeah, otherwise we'd have a deadly 4-6 pattern. But because we need these to add up to 9, it doesn't have to be that way. And that is how to solve the puzzle. Very, very cool indeed, Marty. As always. I mean, it's only a 30-minute video or so, which is, I suppose, relatively light for cracking the cryptic nowadays. But you cannot tell me that that's not an interesting puzzle. It's fascinating. You have to sort of... You have to really, or I had to really think about it. You've got to think about the way the combinations can interact. A bit of secretage as well. Love the string of 10s. And I love the fact that they are totally irrelevant to starting the puzzle, which has to be done over there. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.